My name is Thomas Vale, or at least it was. I'm a photographer. I had it all. Wife, Allison. I'm keeping this diary as proof that these events are real. I know they are. They have to be. I've been wandering for 6 months without any connection to the life I once had.
Into first.
You did great, buddy.
I screwed up.
Well, you made a mistake, but the hit was solid. You just got to remember never to slide into first. You got that?
Yeah.
So okay, Ethan, show 'em what you got. Get a hit. What's that lead off? Oh, excuse me, sir. Okay, here we go. Tom.
Dad.
Sooner or later, one of us is going to have to...
You look, different.
Well, it's been 20 years. I suppose I could say the same about you.
It's not just that. I guess I'm just surprised, that's all. What are you doing here?
What do you mean, what am I doing here? I live here. Is that so hard for you to believe? I'm Jonathan Crane now.
Dad. Billy's dad said that if you wanted, I could get a ride home with them.
Yeah, that's good. Go ahead. Just tell your mom I'll be home a little later.
I'll see you later.
A lot of changes. She hired a private detective to try and track me down. She made things pretty unpleasant.
Well, I guess after 20 years of marriage, she may have expected the man she shared her life with to have the decency to talk to her. And not just disappear without a word.
Is that your mother's pain and anguish I'm hearing in your voice?
What did you expect?
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe what I'm getting. Or maybe a little understanding. Maybe a fight and a chance to explain. What I didn't expect was that you'd treat me like a stranger.
Well, isn't that what you are?
Are you all right?
I'm okay. Yeah.
So, this is how it's going to be, then?
This is the way it is. Maybe we should just leave it the way it was. You go ahead and live your life. And I'll live mine.
Is your life so full that, given the opportunity, you can turn your back on this important a part of it?
What's that supposed to mean?
Look, I'm sorry for everything that's gone before. I know that doesn't amount to much, but I am sorry. Now, neither of us planned this. But since it's happened, I mean, can't we spend a little time trying to sort things out? You staying here in town?
No, I haven't made any plans. I'm just, doing a little traveling, taking some time off.
Have dinner with us. Call it a last favor from a father who doesn't deserve it. Something wrong? Look, here's my address. It's about a mile from here. Come to dinner.
My father. Would I express anger and pain? Or would I be enthralled, excited by the other have imagined? As I looked at the man who claimed to be my father, I now had to wonder, had someone gotten to him? Has he become a part of this? Is he my father? And if he isn't, who is he?
Tom, I'd like you to meet my wife, Beth.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Feel any better after dinner, we'll open up the break front and show off our fancies. Just to show how elegant we can really be.
No, we had a coach named, Mr. McGreevy.
Yeah, that's right.
Dad was, too busy with other things back then.
Sorry. Says that Jonathan's spoken of you so often, but I know so little about you.
We'll have plenty of time to catch up after dinner. Can we say grace? Oh, no, why do you ask?
No, I just, I noticed a scar there behind your ear.
This is fine talk for the dinner table.
Jonathan's very sensitive about his cosmetic surgery. He thinks it's womanly and vain.
And, private.
What's cosmetic surgery?
So why would you do that?
I just thought it would...
As he got back.
Beth!
Well, it's true. You were a different person before you had it done. Happier, more carefree.
You see what I have to put up with around here?
I'm sorry.
Fine.
Yeah, fine. It's a little warm for me. Coming down with something.
Would you care for one?
No. Thanks. You never smoked cigars?
It's a recent vice. The doctor said if cigarettes didn't go, I would. Last I read in the newspapers, you were living in Chicago. Sounded like you were doing pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, things were going pretty well.
Were?
Yeah, I've been through some hard times. Some personal problems.
What about other things?
No, I'm not actually feeling too well. Maybe I should just say goodbye to everybody.
But we have an extra room. It's being remodeled, but we'd be very happy for you to use it.
You know, as I glanced through the house, I didn't see a single thing from the old days when we were a family.
I tell you what. You spend the night. Tomorrow we'll go looking for some of it. How does that sound?
Sounds like a deal.
Good.
Jonathan Crane said his plastic surgery was for private, personal reasons. I'd like to be able to believe that. But I'm plagued by the idea that it might be something else. What if 6 months ago, Jonathan Crane, my father, went in for his plastic surgery, and someone else came back? How could a man walk away from an entire life and not bring a single thing along with him? If Jonathan was telling the truth, if he was my father, there had to be something down here from that past. Something to validate the life we once shared.
Can I help you with something? Beth's been collecting those things for years.
I'm sorry. Look, I can replace it. I'll just be a store around somewhere I can...
There's no store. You can't replace those. What are you doing down here?
You mentioned yesterday that you had some stuff stored down here from the old days, and
So,
to the life that we had.
I don't think I understand.
There's nothing in this entire house that's even vaguely familiar to me. Not even you.
Are you're not well, Tom.
I'm feeling fine. But how do you explain this? I mean, you really took nothing with you when you left? Was it that easy? Nothing that you'd collected over a lifetime, nothing irreplaceable there.
What do you want me to say? I'll say it. What do you want me to say?
I think you've already said it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There is something. Here's a photograph. It's in that trunk there. Go ahead. You all right?
Yeah, that's sure.
Man, that is bleeding badly. I think I better take you to the doctor, Tom.
Fine.
Don't argue with me.
Keep your hand like that for a minute.
So what is this place?
It's my doctor's office.
Why did you bring him here, Jonathan? I told you we weren't ready yet.
I told you on the phone that this is a special case. This is my son.
I know who he is.
That's right, he did. Relax, Tom. It's for your own good.
Get away from me with that.
Give me your hand here,
I
Jonathan.
said, get away from me.
I'm sorry, Hal.
It's okay.
There you go. Unopened, safety sealed, stamped, and certified by the Surgeon General.
Okay, maybe I overreacted.
Hal's a very good friend of mine. You should let him give you that tetanus shot. Those aspirin are going to do you no good whatsoever.
It'll do. Tell me about the photograph.
What photograph?
The photograph of you and me when I was 10 years old, remember?
I was taken to the county fair.
You need to give that aspirin some time to work. And you need to get some rest.
If you need anything, we'll be downstairs.
I just wanted to see how you were doing. No. I bet your father looked a lot like you when he was your age. I'm still a young woman, Tom. A young woman with an older man. Ever since you came here.
Don't.
I don't know what it is.
What are you doing in here? Jonathan, you would have figured it out in the...
And you should have taken that injection. It would have been far less painful. Where are the negatives? We don't need you alive anymore, Mr. Bale. One last time! Where are the negatives?
You've been keeping things from me all summer.
Beth, I tell you everything you need to know. Now, the least you could do is respect my privacy.
Privacy or secrecy? Where are you going?
Out for the garage.
Jonathan!
Hey,
They fight like this all the time now.
it might have something to do with me being here.
No. It started last summer when Dad went away. When his face changed.
I tell you what, sometimes adults just need some time to work this kind of thing out between themselves, you know?
Just have to remind yourself of that. Deal?
Deal.
Hey.
You're looking almost human.
Well, I'm feeling that way, too.
Sorry if that you got involved in any of that. You'd think I'd know better by now.
You know, maybe it'd be better if I left.
For who? Look, what happened there this morning has nothing to do with you, Tom. It's just been a difficult year. What if, if you're feeling up to it, we give the family a break from the two of us and we take a drive someplace.
You sure this is a good time?
I'm sure. I'll just go and tell them our plans. Meet you back here. Ever since you got here, I've had the feeling you were, well, something was deeply troubling you. Something that had nothing to do with you or me.
Who was that man you were talking to the other night, outside the house?
A business associate.
Why don't you try and tell me just what's really going on here?
You can't bring yourself to call me Dad, can you? You find that amusing?
I find that too much to ask. I didn't call you Dad when I was 17.
17 years together. Now, does my bad behavior or...
You know, I can forgive you for not loving my mother. We both know she was a difficult person to love, but I can't forgive you for not loving me. 20 years without a word. You said yourself.
I have never
you saw my name in the newspaper. You followed my career. You know how many times I tried to find you? How many times I tried to convince myself it was probably better if you were dead?
I have never stopped loving you, Tom. Never for a moment have I stopped loving you.
Better job hiding the scars.
This is getting nowhere fast. Do him. Whoa! Ease up here. Nobody wants any violence.
They must be running out of operatives. You guys are a bad joke.
Aside from the fact that I have no idea what...
We have to talk.
I have something to do. It can't wait.
Yeah, I know. I followed you last night.
This is none of your concern, Tom.
How much do you owe them?
Please. Please, I have to go.
How much?
$10,000, but this is the last payment. This is the end of it.
Why?
I took some money from my company a few months ago. You always did have the most judgmental eyes. All I can ever do in them is fail.
You want me to trust you? You want me to believe you? It's not that easy.
Tom, maybe it's not gonna work. Maybe it's better if you're not here tonight when I get home. We tried. We did our best. But as always with us, it seems that our best is not quite good enough.
It shouldn't end this way.
We had 20 years to make things right, son. We're still strangers. You take care of yourself.
You're leaving?
Under the circumstances, it's...
If they hurt him.
They're not gonna hurt him. I promise you that. I'm not gonna let them do that.
Like I said, a deal is a deal. You finish with us, we finish with you.
Where's the money, Jonathan? What'd you do with it?
Just between those dumpsters there.
Give it to me.
I'm sorry, Tom.
Bring it here now.
Put the gun away and let him go.
That ain't the way it works.
That's the way it works this time. I called the police just before I left. They're 5 minutes behind me.
He's bluffing.
Why take the chance, Morris? Just do this my way.
Stop right there! Tom.
Okay, you get to keep the money. Well, this makes it...
Nice job.
Thanks. Look, I'll buy you a drink and get cleaned up.
I don't think that's such a great idea.
What's the matter?
Just... Not now. You gotta trust me on this one. Come on. Because of the life I now lead, even the possibility of happiness is an illusion. If by chance Jonathan really is my father, then it's best for everyone that I leave. Better to risk my own sanity than the lives of innocent people.
This has something to do with your troubles, doesn't it, Tom?
You know, it's better for everybody.
You still can't get rid of those walls, can you?
Oh, maybe someday.
We got that extra room, Tom. It's yours anytime you want it.
Oh, thanks.
Maybe when you come back, you can teach me how to throw a curveball.
As I walked away from Jonathan and his family, it reminded me of everything else I've left behind. My wife, Allison, my friends, any sense of safety or shelter. But until I discovered just what's happened to me and who's behind it, I had no choice but to continue my search. Alone.
Johnny, why don't you get...